Friends, hello, good evening. Let's talk about DWAC Truth Social, which it will be here sooner than later. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new, welcome. If you're here, you just listen to me yap once again. Thank you so much, friends, and go ahead and subscribe because there's going to be a lot to talk about here. Things are just about to get started. Finally, with Digital World acquisition, DWAC, news has broke. Trump mania right now is going crazy. And listen, this isn't a political video. I'm not on here promoting Trump or anything like that. So for all the Trump haters that come on here and just want to rip me apart, let me tell you, I don't care. This is a stock channel. We're talking about stock and making money with the situation that we're seeing at hand right now. So to get all those guidelines out of the way, let's jump into what's going on here. Friends, like I said, a lot is going on right now with Digital World acquisition. News has broke, and I'm going to read this little paragraph that it's right here with somebody simplifying it, what's going on here. But sitting right under $50, and this is kind of, this is a dead sign right now that it's just people are not really selling in massive amounts of it. They're holding on to it. People are not letting go of the stock right now because a lot of people suspect this thing is going to keep going up. Right now, let's read this together. Donald Trump's Truth Social is poised to make its Wall Street debut after the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has finally cleared a controversial merger that was delayed for years. I don't know why they say years. I don't think it's been years, maybe a year or two. Anyway, as regulators conducted a thorough inquiry, the SEC has cleared the merger for Trump Media and Technology Group, which owns Truth Social, and Digital World Acquisition SPEC, which plans to bring the company public. That could give Trump a sizable ownership stake in the company. Trump is set own roughly 79 million shares of the company, according to the filings. So, and then it goes on to talk about what's going on here, and it could be upwards to $4 billion for old Trumpy here. So it looks like it's finally happening. It should be happening here soon. And this is tremendous because this has been a long time coming. Obviously, this was supposed to happen a while back, but it has not happened because it keeps getting pushed back. And obviously, Trump is still battling the court system, and I'm not even going into that. That's something completely different here. But this deal with Truth Social and Digital World acquisition looks like it's happening. And this is going to be huge leverage for Trump and his own personal gain to get to the White House once again in November. So, but with that too, once Truth Social hits the NASDAQ here, and it's on there, this is going to be real big. This is going to be real big because it's going to make the stock go even further, more than likely to where it has. Now, I've made projections on here that this stock could go to $500. And the reason I say that is because I think it's going to keep getting pushed into a hype situation. And where there's hype, there's lots of money. If you've been on the stock market for any amount of time, you've seen that, where things don't have to make sense in the realm of balance sheets and quarterlies and deals and all that. Something can simply just go frantic and crazy on the assumption that there's something huge happening. And yes, there is something huge happening. You are investing in a company where the former president of the United States could soon be the new, once again, president of the United States, who owns this company and will obviously be the biggest spokesperson for the company. Not to mention that Trump has a nation behind him who are going to go, well, I believe in Trump, so I'm going to buy into this company that he owns, whether they know anything about it. So you're going to have all these people who have never bought stocks, who know nothing really about the finances of Truth Social, and God, why should they? They don't know anything. They just love Trump. So they're going to buy in as much as they can to Truth Social on, Robinhood or Webull, whatever they download. So this potentially could keep driving the stock up to ridiculous amounts of money here in just this year, these next months that we see happen here. So the big question is, what is the stock going to go to price-wise? Obviously, I don't think $60 at this point is far-fetched. I don't think $70 at this point is far-fetched. The question is, once the deal happens, it's finalized, there's obviously going to be a big push off that. But then there's a lot of other things that are going to happen this year, whether, you think they are or not, if you're a Trump fan or not a Trump fan. Trump's going to name a running candidate with him as a vice president. We still have all these primaries and these caucuses. And then essentially it's going to happen. It's going to be Biden and Trump in November. It is what it is. But there's all these big things that are going to be big for Trump and the Trump name in Truth Social. So there's like all this big, I don't know if I want to say free, but it is free publicity for Truth Social, because every rally, every meeting, everything that Trump is at, he is mentioning Truth Social. And people that have never heard of Truth Social are, learning about it. And once it is actually on the NASDAQ where people can see it, they're going to go, I can buy into this. It's like throwing chum in the water with a bunch of sharks. People are going to go crazy over this thing. I guarantee you. So friends, today was Monday. The market is closed. Crypto's going crazy because everyone's bored and exchanging it. Dogecoin's having its fun day here. But other than that, I really do. I'm expecting some ridiculous things to happen this week with Digital World here, and hopefully the deal is signed and done, and it gets underway. It's still, I will always say dangerous until it's done. Until I see that the deal is done, I am always going to play the devil's advocate, because I have been in the stock market for a long time now, and I have seen these things say they're going to happen, and then something happens, and something bad happens. But if the deal were canceled and just pushed back, there would be a sell-off, but I don't think it would be like detrimental, because as long as Digital World acquisition is attached to Truth Social, it's always going to have some push with it. But if the deal actually happens here sooner than later, with what we're expecting, because we knew March was the deadline for something to happen, and obviously Trump needs this to happen. He wants this to happen, and two, the biggest thing here is that Trump is going to make this deal happen. He needs this deal to happen. This would be terrible publicity if it were to fall apart. It would be awful, because he knows the majority. I think there's a big majority already of people that are in Digital World acquisition because they're Trump believers, and that's fine, man, that's great. But then there's people that are just investors, and they say like, there's money to be made here, and we're going to push this. So either way, and those two mix together. But I think once the deal actually happens here, this is just going to be the start of something really big taking off here. So friends, I just want to get everybody up to date with what's going on here. I'm excited. I think this is going to get ridiculous. Like I said, I am not selling out, because when I say selling out, I'm not selling any shares. I'm not doing anything. I'm not cashing out to see if it's going to go low or anything. To me, it's too risky at this point. People do what they want to do, but I am expecting this to get a little ridiculous. And two, don't forget, there's a lot of Trump news out right now. All the sneaker situation that's going on. So there's going to be a lot of Trump hype and publicity going into this week just on that alone. And that will definitely flow into Trump news with the stock market. Friends, I'm going to stop yapping now. I wish everyone the best of luck this week. We will talk again tomorrow, see what happens. Maybe I'll talk about Digital World acquisition again tomorrow. It's right under $50. I expect it to clear 50 tomorrow. I don't know what the market's going to do right now. It's not really showing any signs of anything right now, and I think everyone's just kind of up in the air with what's going to happen here. But a lot of these big analysts are expecting the market to have a huge pullback any time now, but we're not seeing pullback. We're seeing quite the opposite. This market is starting to get a little expensive, but people are getting their tax money. They're going to be putting it in the market. They're going to be spending it, so this will drive up consumer retail balance sheets that are coming out. What am I trying to say here? Friends, I'm done. I'm going to shut up. Talk to you soon. Bye.